Join me and the kids as we go on a day trip adventure to Marianna and the caverns that are more than 60 feet underground. Let's go. But first, a shout out to the sponsor of this video, Cindy Zimmerman. She's voted the Emerald Coast's best realtor 3 years in a row. You need the best. You need Cindy Zimmerman. Go to cindyzsellshomes.com if you want to buy or sell here on the Emerald Coast. Today we're heading to Marianna, Florida, home of the champion Chipola College women's basketball team and about 7,200 other people. Located in the Panhandle, about 2/3 of the way between Niceville, Destin, and Tallahassee. It's one of those stops you might make on the way to somewhere else, but it definitely deserves its own afternoon if you have kids to entertain on a spring or summer break. We leave Niceville in the morning with my best friend Sam and his son to make it to the caverns for our tour time. They are super clear on the internet. It's still Central Time, and you have to be there for your tour time.
No exceptions.
Apparently, there are limits on how many people can be in the cave at a time, and they will not exceed it. We get on the road from 285, and then from there onto Interstate 10 at Mossy Head, and then it's pretty much a straight shot in an hour to Marianna. I was able to avoid playing the one DVD that we have in my car on the way there, so I had something to keep them busy after they got tired on the way back. We pull up the highway and into Marianna, which has the vibe of a small southern town in Alabama or Georgia. Yeah?
Come pick me up.
You want me to pick you up?
Yeah.
We get out of the car and head to the visitor center. But not before checking out this statue of a CCC member. The Civilian Conservation Corps was created during the Great Depression as a massive social welfare program to get out-of-work men jobs. Those CCC workers are the ones that made it possible for us, almost 100 years later, to use the cave today. If you're familiar with Turkey Creek in Niceville, you'll recognize the statue. We have the same one there as well. After a quick lesson on the Native Americans who used to live here, we stop into the visitor center to grab some snacks. There's plenty of them, Chips Ahoy, Oreos, all this stuff, along with stuffed animals, t-shirts, and miners' helmets, as well as very throwable geodes. While in the visitor center, we also learned there's a disease called white nose syndrome. It's a fungus that affects bats and has already killed 80% of bats in cave systems in Missouri. Employees at the Marianna Caverns facility ask us if we've been to any other caves in the last 48 hours. If we had, they would have sprayed us down with alcohol, especially if we were wearing the same clothes. Apparently, that kills the fungus. We snack up before going to the very small museum on the second floor. The kids get tired of it quickly and we have some more time to kill, so I get the small drone out and have the kids race back and forth on the second floor deck. It goes mostly well. Once we get to the assembly point, our tour guide gives us a quick overview of the rules and regulation. No food, gum, drinks, besides water, or tobacco. Also,
don't touch anything.
No touching the cave's stalactites or mites, as the oils from our fingers can cause them to stop growing at their already pretty slow rate of 1 inch per 100 years. With the rules firmly in our heads, we can make the walk and descent into the cave system through a door cut out of the limestone. Our tour group of 24 is squeezed into the entrance area of our first room. Some of the passages are flooded from the recent rains, which means that we can't go through them. So we take an alternate route. Okay, so now me and Patrick are ducking really low so we can get through this cavern. It's a really tight squeeze, but I think we're gonna make it. What do you think, buddy? Oh my goodness, look how tiny this is. Ready? I'm gonna put you right in front of me. Oh my goodness. Watch your head. Good job, buddy. Once we're deep into the caverns, about 65 feet underground, we're treated to the beautiful formations under the earth. And when it's quiet, or if you slip away from the tour group for a little bit, you can hear the water working to create longer stalactites and mites.
Don't drop me.
One drop at a time. We see some evidence the workers from the 1930s left behind too. In the ceiling, you can see dinner plates. The CCC workers embedded them in the roof of the cave so they could actually amplify the light from their lanterns. The newer bulbs that they've put in the last couple of years, though, do a much better job of showing off everything. Another piece of evidence that the workers left behind almost 100 years ago is a rounded off stalagmite. It's called the Stone of Many Names. And it's called that because of the many names it was called when a worker would stumble over it and hit their head.
Son of a nutcracker!
We also see this pool that's in the shape, roughly, of South America. After we see all the sights, we head to the bright exit and back to the surface. All right, so that is the entire cave network here in the Marianna Caverns. If you want to see more of this stuff, like us and subscribe us, and check us out, midbaynews.com. for more.